the Amapiano wave is massive. Dude, we had Chris Brown usher Patswala Bam on stage during his 2024 tour. And don't get me started on Wiz Khalifa's love affair with piano. Over on TikTok, the Amapiano hashtag has racked up more than 570 million views. It's safe to say that Amapiano has us in a chokehold. It's either you're trying to master the pouncing cat, Nike, or the viral Bacardi moves to impress your friends on your next night out. Oh, and remember back in 2021 when Georgia Smith tweeted "Piano to the world"? Yeah, it's that big. At this point, I'm just waiting for Kanye to hop on an Amapiano track because honestly, why not? Now, at the heart of all of this is one man, the so-called King of Piano. Now, listen, if Amapiano were a religion, then DJ Maphorisa would be the god. But here's the thing, Porry is always in the headlines for something. No one divides opinions quite like he does. It's either you love him,
fantastic across the UK, London.
You're talking about a man that you saw.
A man who's a goat.
or you can't stand him.
I know I'm a controversial person. A lot of people don't like me.
Maphorisa is gonna be mad because I didn't ask approval. Because he's the gatekeeper.
Don't like my success. Don't like how I've achieved everything and stuff and how I handle shit.
I'm like, fuck out of here. What the fuck is
But that's
Maphorisa,
not
man?
true. That's not honest.
He's not my father. Fuck him, bro. He can eat a dick.
I fucking saved this culture as South African music. South African essay is driven by this motherfucker.
So, how does a guy who's done so much for the culture end up being a villain in his own story?
No, guys. This thing of now always I have to take an L for bullshit.
Obviously, Porry's not a saint. But you can't take away the fact that he's been instrumental to the industry.
Everybody knows that, though.
We're always debating which city gave birth to Amapiano. The boys in Porry swear it's theirs, and the city boys in Johannesburg are like, nah, it's all us. But honestly, why fight about it? Amapiano is a sound that belongs to everyone. It's a community thing. Now, we all know that Lord Porry is basically the king of Amapiano. Here's the man. He runs this. But there's a little misconception that he created the genre. So I figured maybe it's time that we trace Amapiano back to its roots and clear this up. Amapiano is definitely rooted in Kwaito, but it's more like Kwaito's cooler, more diverse cousin. It's got everything: deep house, lounge vibes, piano riffs, even a dash of jazz. At its core, it's still a slowed down version of house music with keyboards and that iconic lock drum sound. But here's the thing, like most cultural movements, there's no official birthday for Amapiano. It just kinda happened. One day, you're vibing to Gqom, and the next thing you know, Amapiano is everywhere. Around 2012, it started spreading like an experimental sound. From Johannesburg to Pretoria, it was a whole vibe. DJ Stocky, who some call the Superman of Amapiano because apparently saving music is a thing, was one of the first to really push the sound, especially in Soweto. But it wasn't just him. MFR Sounds, Two Tumelos from Katlehong, just southeast of Johannesburg, were another duo. They linked up around 2013, experimenting with different sounds like Kwaito, house, and veteran DJs mixes. Their track Love You Tonight blew up and went platinum. So if you're looking for Amapiano's founding fathers, then they definitely deserve a shout out. You know, there's a saying that Amapiano isn't just music, it's a lifestyle.
Amapiano is a lifestyle.
And that's fact. The language, the slang, the vibes, it all reflects urban community culture. Even the way people say dankie, which is Afrikaans for thank you, gets twisted into dango. It's all part of the Amapiano world. So where was Porry during all of this? Probably somewhere in Joburg, dropping Gqom and Kwaito for a bunch of drunk folks at the club. Yeah, before Amapiano, Maphorisa was heavy into Gqom, and he was already a big name at the time, collaborating with artists like Davido. It wasn't until later that he really got into Amapiano. But even though he was a little late to the party, Porry had already been making music for over a decade, and the guy was insanely good at it. Okay, we've cleared the misconception that Maphorisa created Amapiano, so now were on the same page. But let's not downplay his role in taking it to the next
Did a
level.
lot for this country, man. Did fucking a lot for this culture, this movement, man.
Who's done unbelievable things for so many people's careers. Who's
Made millionaires.
Made
Let's say,
millionaires.
like,
He changed the game.
He brought us Kabza. Yeah, Kabza probably was gonna be here eventually, but he brought us him.
Besides
facts.
Kabza,
It's history.
he did so much for Kom. He did so much for hip hop music, like Ngutu. There's never
Yes.
been a hip hop song since Ngutu that has been that impactful.
DJ Maphorisa, whose real name is Temba Sonny Boy Sokoe, comes from a family of musicians. So honestly, it's like he was destined for musical greatness. His mom, Mama Maphorisa, was a gospel singer, and his uncle was part of the Soweto Gospel Choir. With that kind of musical DNA, it's no surprise that young Porry turned out to be the multi-talented star he is today. A DJ, a record producer, singer, songwriter, basically our Lord Porry in the flesh. He's more like the DJ Khaled of Amapiano. Well, the only difference is that Porry is actually musically talented. Ooh, no pun intended. But here's the thing. Long before he was crowned king of piano, Porry was already running the streets. He was like the secret recipe to every South African hit song. If you wanted a chart topper, you called Porry. Uhuru understood this very well, which is why we ended up with Waichukucha or Waichukucha. And don't even get me started on the bangers he produced for Questa, Good, Busisi Walahla, DJ Zintle, My Name Is, Professor, Jezebel, and Chakaina Suited. It's like the man had the Midas touch, turning everything into gold. And that was just his warm-up. Porry went full beast mode when he co-produced Kona by Mafikizolo. I mean, if you're old enough, you probably remember La Politate Nialifuna Kona. Where were you? Kona was huge, dude. It even bagged Song of the Year at the 2014 MTV Africa Music Awards. And then there was 2016 when he co-produced One Dance with Drake. And we were like, Maphorisa is working with who? Yes, that's the same One Dance that went global. That track was certified platinum. So yeah, Porry wasn't just making noise in South Africa, he was out there taking over the world. Now, fast forward 5-6 years, Kwaito has mellowed out, Gom had its moment, and you'd think Maphorisa's star would have dimmed a little, right? Wrong. Porry wasn't going anywhere. In fact, he was busy transforming Amapiano from a local vibe into a global wave. Sure, Amapiano existed before Maphorisa, but it wasn't until he came along that the genre really blew up. He gave it that mainstream appeal, producing some of the biggest hits like Izolo, Bopa, Abalele, Banyana, and of course the viral Mnike. And let's not forget about the artists he's brought into the spotlight. Kabza the Small. Okay, maybe Kabza would have still made it on his own because Kabza is actually good. Maybe we should be calling Kabza the king of piano. Okay, that's a debate for another day. Anyway, Porry definitely played a part. Young Stunner, Daliwonga, Mpura. I could keep going. The point is, no one can deny Maphorisa's impact on the music industry. The proof? Go look at the hits. You would think that with Maphorisa's level of success, he'd just sit back, chill, and enjoy being a living legend, right? Wrong. Porry's always out here reminding us how much of a big deal he is, like constantly.
Ono kompotso rena ke play role mo gaming ya South Africa music. Ke motho fela. Nna Mahrot man nna mo gaming e ka tsena fela. Hore ke nne go stulong so ya ka nna fela go stulong so. Aka skra fela stulong so ke spirit.
Honestly, show me an Instagram live video where Maphorisa isn't hyping himself up, and I'll show you an Instagram it girl who isn't selling kush. Remember that one time, April 27, when Julius Malema himself hopped on Twitter to remind Porry how much he's been appreciated. My house has been your home from when you were young, my chief. We appreciated you long before because we always recognized the talent in you. Now pause. We're talking about the leader of a whole political party out here, taking time from trying to fight white supremacy, now reassuring Porry that he's been getting his flowers all along. You gotta wonder, what kind of validation is this man chasing? Fast forward to 2022, DJ Maphorisa is touring the US, sold out shows in New York and London, killing it as usual. Oh, and guess who shows up to his Chicago performance? none other than Chance the Rapper. I mean, when you've got international stars attending your shows, you'd think that's validation enough, right? Apparently not for Porry. At this point, I don't know what Maphorisa wants from us. Should we take down the Mandela statue and replace it with a 10-foot tall monument of Porry in fur coat and shades holding a mixer? Maybe then he'll feel truly appreciated. But hey, I get it. This whole Porry the Gatekeeper situation didn't just appear out of thin air. You'd probably be a little defensive too if every time you logged onto Twitter, someone was trying to take a shot at you. For Porry, it seems like the public drama started when MacG, who, let's be honest, has zero filter, decided to throw Maphorisa into the spotlight. And when MacG's got something to say, he says it, loudly, repeatedly. In this case, Porry wasn't spared.
There's someone who told me, Uri, Maphorisa is going to be mad that I'm dropping an EP and I didn't ask for his approval. I'm like, perhaps. What fuckery is that?
Now, if we had a penny for every time Porry had to clap back at someone for accusing him of gatekeeping Amapiano, we'd probably have enough cash to fund our own record label. Seriously, the man stays in defense mode. Case in point, remember that whole Georgia Smith fiasco? In August, she drops a new single, All of This, and decides to use the iconic phrase piano to the world, something our local Amapiano artists have been shouting from the rooftops for years. At first, everyone's like, okay, cool, international artists are catching the Amapiano wave. I mean, that's what piano to the world is all about, right? Well, the excitement didn't last long. Soon enough, social media exploded with debates about how this new track felt like a westernized, watered down version of Amapiano. And then folks really went in, criticizing Georgia for working with the Ghanaian producer Guilty Beats instead of, well, any South African producer. You know who wasn't having it? Maphorisa, of course. Porry came in hot, basically saying, listen, if you're not going to involve us, it's not Amapiano. Trust me, you can't eat alone in this genre. It's a community movement, but we don't mind sharing. Sounds fair, right? Well, it didn't take long for people to start saying, wait a minute, isn't that a bit, gatekeeper? Why? Depending on who you ask, Porry is either protecting the genre or low-key gatekeeping it. But let's be real. With the way Amapiano's blowing up globally, there's some understandable nervousness going on here. South Africans have been side-eyeing latecomers to the genre, and can you blame them? We're all a little wary of how our culture might get commodified, stripped down, and repackaged for the masses. It wouldn't be the first time something from Africa was Christopher Columbus by the West, slapped with a new label and then sold back at a premium. Afrobeats fans know this struggle all too well. They've been vocal about their concerns with certain interesting collaborations. I mean, Fireboy, DML and Ed Sheeran, okay. Wizkid times Justin Bieber. We kinda looked the other way on that one. But Rema and Selena Gomez, that had us raising eyebrows for days. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm about to give a whole Patrice Lumumba speech, but the fear is real. No one wants to see our culture watered down for mainstream appeal. We've worked hard to build something special here, and seeing it drift away from its roots just to fit into a Billboard chart feels like losing a piece of ourselves. Come on, bullshit. Amapiano is bigger than all of us, even Porry. It's a movement, and no one person can control it forever. I mean, could you imagine if you needed Tupac's permission to make a hip-hop track? Ridiculous, right? Same goes for Amapiano. It's going to evolve, grow, and sometimes, yeah, it'll break from its original creators. But that's how culture works, man. You can't gatekeep Amapiano forever. You would think it stops at gatekeeping, right? Nope. Porry's like a magnet for controversy. He's always making headlines for something. It's like the guy never catches a break. Seriously. Remember Questa's 2016 hit, My Bobo? The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Great track, right? Well, not so great behind the scenes. Actress and singer Itumeleng claimed she had only gotten a whooping 59 cents, not even a full rand. Then producer Neo Makwa also comes out saying he wasn't paid for his work on the track either. And guess who everyone pointed their fingers at? Yup, Porry. But hold up, let's cut him some slack on this one. Poor thing. It was actually Nota's mass. Shocking, I know. Wait, honestly, have you ever just wondered how Nota knows so much? That guy has receipts for days. But okay, that's a story for another day. But seriously, it was shady business all around. Okay, let's forget about that for a second. Recently, we had the Something Soweto saga, the main reason we're all gathered here today. Now, let's talk about that Instagram live video where y'all almost broke Porry with your mean comments. Dude, it was painful to watch. Here's this guy, right? A literal legend in the industry, the same guy who's made millionaires and put pop into so many artists' mouths. And y'all are roasting him like it's Sunday dinner? I mean, ouch.
Why important ba playing role alabanagi? Government ay nagi. Art and culture ay nagi. Sonso ke ntse tšhelete ka ko potleng. Ke make sure motho ke mo fa 5,000 a ire. Abe sharp. Stano le buditse first tšhelete ya hae ya music we create ko nna 5,000. I cry le bine ko Kaps we create ko nna.
Something Soweto didn't hold back either. He came for Porry, accusing him of releasing the song Amalanga Awafani without permission and proper payment. Drama. He claimed that Maphorisa misrepresented the contributions to the track, saying Porry didn't produce the music like he claimed. And to top it all off, Something Soweto revealed he paid Maphorisa for the master rights to his music, but somehow still felt left out of the financial rewards and decision making. I mean, can you blame the guy for being salty? As usual though, the public reaction was split. People took sides like it was Pirates versus Chiefs, but let's be real, most of the heat was directed at Maphorisa, probably because of his already sketchy narrative. Dude's reputation didn't exactly help in this case. But thing is, figuring who's actually in the wrong here is like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. There's zero transparency and both sides have conflicting stories. One key issue Something Soweto highlighted was the lack of formal contracts and clear agreements. Shocking, right? Note the sarcasm. Something Soweto even admitted to misrepresenting Porry's contributions to the track to boost sales, so it's not exactly black and white. It's all confusing, dude, especially for some of us who probably have zero knowledge of the music industry. But the bigger issue here isn't about these two, it's about the messed up state of the music industry itself. Artists getting exploited by record labels, nothing new. We've seen the story a million times before. Same script, different players. So yeah, while Porry's involvement in shady business deals makes for juicy headlines, it's really just a reflection of how screwed up the music game is. And let's be honest, we're all just here for the tea.
I mean, I'm just cancel yourself. You can't cancel me. I mean, I'll cancel myself.
Relax, Porry. No one's cancelling you. You're way too significant to the music industry for that. And if that's not validation enough, then I honestly don't know what is. But watching those videos, it's clear that Porry's temper isn't just about ego. There's something deeper beneath all the tough talk. And that brings me to my last point. Celebrities are human too. Their fame does not make them immune to pain. And words, no matter how small, can hit like waves. I keep asking myself, right? What if Porry had taken his own life after that emotional video in August? You think that's far-fetched? We lost Ricky last year. Kurt Cobain left this world the same way. The truth is, we often don't see the struggles until it's too late. And then what? What would the conversation be? I bet all those memes wouldn't be so funny anymore. The joke about erecting a statue for Porry, maybe that would actually make more sense than humor. We joke, we criticize, but maybe it's time we do better, because no one should have to beg for their flowers while they're still here. Maybe it's time we give Porry and everyone else in the music industry the love and recognition they deserve before it becomes just another hashtag.